Good evening, good morning, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We're live. Today, it's a Q&A session for those of you guys that are new to my channel, new to me. My name is Alex Fedotov. I've been in e-commerce for like 8 years now, and we operate a portfolio of e-commerce brands. We'll hit for like $50 million this year in revenue, in sales with e-commerce businesses. And I'm here to share my experiences with entrepreneurs that are just, having some obstacles on their way to scaling. Maybe you have problems with your ads. Maybe you have problems with, advertising profitably, converting traffic, growing your business. Maybe you had a slower year this year than the last year. I want to share with you what's working for us right now, what's working for our community of high performance entrepreneurs. Our community is called E-commerce Scaling Secrets. A lot of the top players in e-commerce came through our community. So I want to share with you what's working right now. So if you have any issues with scaling your business right now, if you have any questions you want to cover, you want to get some feedback, so I'm here for you for the next hour, and I'll be answering your questions. So please drop your questions in the chat, and I will be helping you out. So someone asked, what do I do for a living? So I sell different products on the internet. That's what I do for a living. I'm originally from Ukraine, now living in Miami, Florida. And we sell different products through e-commerce stores, funnels, mostly beauty niche. That's my favorite one. And so if you have any questions when it comes to scaling your store, getting better numbers, being more profitable, I think profitability should be like one of the main things that you optimize for in your business, like in general. So I'll be sharing with you what's working for us on that front. So let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, okay, just put one in the chat. Just put one in the chat if you can hear me. I see on the Instagram, you guys had some issues. You guys had some issues with. Let me see. Just let me know. Put one in the chat, please. I want to make sure that before we get started, you can hear me okay. So YouTube is good. Facebook is good. Perfect. All right, cool. Yeah, I have some questions here already. So 111, perfect. What we can sell in Middle East in beauty niche? Wow, what a phenomenal question. Middle East, I think, is a great market for e-commerce. Not very competitive in general. And what I would sell in Middle East, I know like Middle East has certainly some influence from the Western world. So what I would do is I would see what kind of, first of all, what kind of products people are having with their skin, for example. If you're like in a beauty niche, skin would probably be one of the biggest ones. And I would see what kind of products are selling in UK, in the United States. I would use some spy tools to reverse engineer what kind of products are selling, and then I would start testing those products and see how those products go. Usually, with those other markets besides United States, the strategy is pretty much just copying what's working in the United States. United States is usually a few years ahead of the main trends in terms of the beauty, in terms of the health. There's new devices, there's new creams, there's new technologies, there's new ingredients. And so if you can catch that wave and bring the products that have done well in the United States or doing well in the United States to other markets like Europe, Middle East, even South America, then you can do very well. So what I would do is I would just do like a proper competitive research. I would see what's selling right now in those markets, and I would try to replicate and sell those products in your market. Obviously, taking into consideration the cultural differences. I know there's certain things that you can and cannot do in Middle East because of the culture, because of the culture. Obviously, some certain limitations in terms of the skin that you can show, how much of the skin you can show. It's kind of all of those things need to be taken into consideration. Obviously, Western world is very open. Like some of these ads you would see on Instagram, they're just like too much of the skin, too much nudity and stuff like that. So always take that into consideration, especially with more conservative markets like you have in Middle East. So please let me know if that makes sense. Thoughts on Google Shopping ads. Google Shopping ads is a phenomenal way to get sales. In the United States, it's very competitive, but I know certain people in European markets, they're absolutely killing it with shopping ads. Shopping ads have very high intent. So shopping ads on Google is where someone's actually searching for a product, and that's where your product can pop up, and it's showing the preview of the product itself. So in terms of the intent to buy, those ads are usually phenomenal. So if you're in Europe, like I would absolutely jump on it with both legs, and I would start figuring that out. If you are on, like say in the US market, can be more competitive depending on the category that you're in, because you'd have to compete with some of the biggest, brands that are spending, millions and billions of dollars on advertising. So it's a bit more competitive in the US market, more developed markets. But in Europe, I don't know if you guys have it in India. I see someone from India here. Reality Talks. How do we see e-commerce in India? India is one of the fastest growing markets when it comes to e-commerce. Massive market, massive country, and yeah. So that's what I would do. Make sure Amari just added the comment on the previous one. Make sure the products are halal for sure. So what is Jim is asking? Hey Jim, my man, what is a good structure to plan your work week? For example, Monday product research, Tuesday copywriting, Wednesday creatives, etc. If you are doing everything by yourself, then I think this is a great structure. Kind of like allocating specific days of the week for certain tasks. I think this is perfect. I mean, research in general, like products research, and then research when you want to write the copy. Big part of copywriting in general is doing a lot of research. So I would definitely allocate maybe even more than one day for that. Usually it takes a bit of time to go through forums, to go through Amazon reviews, to find the main angles that you can sell the product with. Wednesday creatives for sure, or you can just have someone to edit the videos for you. Just kind of like outsource that part of the business. I would not recommend like until a certain point, until you make like a few $1,000s a day, like and you're profitable, it's good. Like you can edit your own videos, but after that, I would recommend to find like a video editor. So it's kind of a task that's very time consuming, and you definitely want to understand the basics of it. But you don't want to be doing this like all the time. It's not the best use of your time. And the good video editors, I mean, you can hire for like $1,000 to $2,000 a month. You can hire like a pretty decent video editor. If you want like a top talent, it'll probably be more expensive, like $3,000-$4,000 a month for a very good video editor. I know some people that are getting them even cheaper, but that's usually what you should expect. You can pay them at first for the first sample, like for the first product. Give them the product, give them some context, see what kind of quality of the work they create. You can test simultaneously 3 to 5 different video editors, get their ads, test them on the ads manager, see which ads getting the best results, then order more ads from that person that produced the best results. And if they still perform, they're still producing good ads, then you can consider bringing them in a fuller capacity or maybe part-time to your team. But that is a phenomenal way to test new people to your team. Kushal is asking from Instagram, will dropshipping still be relevant in 2040? As a business model, for sure. Like, I mean, there always will be companies. There's even big companies in the United States, in Europe, like everywhere in the world, that are dropshipping products that don't have stock for their inventory. But overall, the biggest investment, the biggest shift that you can make in your business is to kind of like get initial momentum with dropshipping, validate it, and then brand your products and create your own brand. That's the best like way to just build something that's sustainable and something that you can sell for a long period of time. Where you sell just in the United States, we sell in the United States, UK, Australia, Canada. These are the 4 main markets where we're selling products in. Do you recommend to start with specific niche, or is it possible to have different products? I would recommend to start with a specific niche. Coming from my experience, like starting with a specific niche that maybe you're passionate about, or maybe you just know that there's a lot of demand in that niche, like health, beauty. Like those are evergreen niches. Like there's always products to sell in those particular niches, and you can always do very well in those niches. Just finding new products, finding new offers that you can sell. General or brand store. I don't like general stores. I don't like them at all. I know some people doing pretty well with general store, just selling different products, random products. I personally not a big fan of that. I like branded stuff. I like stuff that you can potentially sell for millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars. Like I wouldn't do it. But if you're just starting out, you might start with general store. Just expect that in terms of the people that you would have to bring on your team, you need a bigger team for general store, because you need to test more products, you need to launch more products, you need to create more different ads for each one of those products. So from that standpoint, I would just do branded, and I would just stay focused. All right, so okay, so we have a great question here from Zamin. Hey, Zamin, I'm having some big problems in my biz. I started e-commerce 4 years ago. I did pretty well in Europe. I also joined ESS in 2021. Shout out to you, my man. Shout out to you. Here, by the way, guys, if you need help with growing your e-commerce business, if you're already doing some numbers, if you're already like at least 30, 50, 100K per month, and you want to take that to like millions per month, you want to just scale it drastically and profitably, just DM me ESS or comment ESS here, and I'll see how we can help you. Inside of our program, we have some top players there. So for Zamin, in 2023, I decided to stop to do crappy drop shipping, do something more long term in US. I'm trying to make it work for 2 years in US, but nothing is working for me. I've done calls with very big guys in the space, like Peter Kell and so many other industry experts, and they always tell me that my work's very good. And I think that I have the skills to make millions. At this point, I think there is something wrong in my mindset. I think that mindset can make someone struggle so much. My man, it's so good. It's so good question. Mindset can fuck you up like nothing else. Like you can have all of the skills in the world, but mindset can be like an obstacle. Like the mindset is, it's always tricky because like mindset is something that, like, like a lot of people talking, you have like a fear of failure, but also some people have, and a lot of people have fear of success, right? Like you simply don't allow yourself to make money, right? Like you don't want it because you might be associating having money or making a lot of money with having a lot of problems, which in many cases is true. I mean, you're having new challenges as you start making more money. And so, I mean, I think the best thing for you, my man, is for my team to look more into what you do and kind of like give you some feedback, give you some nuggets. And especially you already like experience, you've been in ESS before, so just DM me ESS on Instagram or comment here, and we'll see how we can help you. But I need more context, I need more details. But mindset can definitely be an obstacle. Like for a lot of people, they have all of the knowledge that they need to do, like in order to execute well, to build a business, but for some reason they're stopping themselves, right? Or they're not pushing, or they're not focusing on the right things, because and I've had that myself. I've been through all of these stages myself, so I know exactly what it is, and also how to fix it. And so Zamin, please just DM me on Instagram. That would be the best. DM me ESS, and I'll see how I can help you. All right, so I have a unique marketing angle that has not been done for a saturated product with a specific persona in mind. Do you shoot your own ads? Do you always go with angles that have already content? That is a good one. This one is a little bit of risk. So if you have the budget to get your custom content, and to shoot that B-roll or whatever scripts, it shouldn't cost that much. Usually, to get, like, let's say you have like a good script, good angle, we pay our creators like usually a few $100 for them to record the script, like few minute script, and then also a bunch of B-roll. So you would have basically the whole package, right? You would have the B-roll, the different parts that you can insert. Some of it you can find on the internet. Some of it could be like stock content, but then also you have the main part of the script conducted by a real person. And you can use platform like Backstage.com. It's a phenomenal platform to find creators pretty much of any age, any ethnicity, different genders, whatever kind of your avatar is. If you have a budget to test like a new like marketing angle, I would definitely do it, especially if you have the budget to do it. Because if it hits, you can be the first kind of to market with that particular angle. You have the short-term advantage until people start catching up and ripping your stuff, which always happens in e-commerce. Like once you start doing well, people start ripping your stuff. And so like, but if you have that at least short-term advantage, you can make like few mil, very fast. Then I would definitely go for it. Tommy, great question. Tommy Lee Bastian. DM me on Instagram, Tommy. DM me ESS. I'll see how I can help you. Maybe certain things that we can assist you with, help you to scale this up. Because great question. You seem like an experienced guy. So thank you so much for commenting. And now we're talking. To invest in e-commerce brands. We're a profitable brand on our way to become 8-figure business. Happy to chat more. Andres, please DM me on Instagram. We're investing in businesses, specifically if there is something that we can add value to, and we know how to add value to e-commerce businesses. So for sure, please just DM me on Instagram about this. We'll book a call and we'll see what can be done. Especially if you already have that momentum. It's harder for us to invest in businesses that are just starting out. But if you already have momentum, you're doing revenue, you have good products, you have certain things in place in your business, we can help you with capital, expertise, our team, hire the right people for the business. So that's literally what we do. So please DM me on Instagram, Andres, and we'll chat soon. So yeah, please guys, Andres here is on my team, Andres Mirovsky. So he will be he'll try to connect with you if for some reason you cannot connect with me directly. He is here. You can just message him. I don't know if there's a possibility to message, and that's our team here. So, all right. Very good one. Thoughts on Facebook ads, because people say it works, but the people under 30 don't use it much. They use Instagram or TikTok. Yeah, Facebook ads for younger demographics. I would probably just go and crack TikTok if that's your audience. You just have a lot more. And I mean, in general, like audience under 30. It's not that they're not existing on Facebook. There's still like a segment of people that are using it, but it's shrinking over time. Right? Like kind of the audience on Facebook becomes older and older. Even on TikTok, it becomes older and older. So all of these platforms, as they go through like maturity, like initially it's like younger people, and then, younger people moving to other platforms, and then it's older people, then it's older. So Facebook definitely has some younger demographics, but in general, it's TikTok that would probably be our best bet. Or Instagram. TikTok. If you crack TikTok in terms of the content creation, like you can pretty much crack like almost any platform. So TikTok is phenomenal in terms of getting stuff dialed in, especially for younger demographic, like you mentioned. All right. What do you think about after Leap. I've tested the tool some time ago. I think it was pretty good. Pretty good spy tool. So yeah, you can definitely try it. Personally, I use a tool called Get Hooked. That's my favorite. It's called Get Hooked. Has all of the ads saved from like thousands and thousands of different brands. Can spy on particular brands. I can see how many ads they launched every month, how active they are, so you can see kind of like what do you need to do in order to catch up, right? That's important, like, because you might be thinking, oh, I launched like 20 ads last month. What if your competitor launched 300? It's like, you're not even competing on the same level as your competition. Now it's like, okay, I need to launch more ads. Okay, how do I launch more ads? Okay, I need the creative sourcing system. I need a creative testing system. Maybe I need to bring in the copywriter. I need to build that whole infrastructure for the business. And if that's something you want to do, just DM me on Instagram, DM me ESS on Instagram. So we can help you to build that out. Actually, one of my favorite things to do, because it is so fascinating how impactful the creative is in order to scale the business, especially if your main platform is Facebook. So this is from Gideon. He's just starting out. Is an LLC important to get started, or it's not needed at the beginning? I mean, ideally you'd have LLC from day one, but I think you can still process payments. Like if you're just like private person, sole proprietor, you can still do that. But then eventually you definitely want to get LLC set up. The upside though is that to get LLC set up, you would need to travel to United States. So I'm from Ukraine, and when I first like established the company in the United States, like 2018, 19, I had to actually travel here, go in a bank, open a bank account, like, and then get all the payment processors. These days, you don't have to do that. You don't have to travel to the United States and talk to bankers. Like, you can do everything remotely. And, these are just the beautiful times we are living in. Everything is possible remotely. Zamin, my man. So if you would talk with yourself at 24 years old, at 24 years old regarding mindset, what are 3 top advices you'll give yourself? I know it's silly questions, but I'm struggling with that now, man. Zamin, few things I would tell myself. And I mean, those come usually from with like upbringing, parents, like different traumas and stuff that we have usually along the journey. I was bullied in school, so it's a lot of like mindset limitations that you have to overcome. For me, some of the biggest ones were like sometimes we kind of like something doesn't work out and we start beating ourselves for it. Like, fuck, like this I didn't like I launched this store, like, and it didn't perform, like, and you start beating, and then you're going on Instagram and seeing everyone is fucking having good time. Everyone's driving Lamborghini. They have like Lamborghini for every day of the week, so you're kind of looking at those people, fuck, I'm such a failure, I'm such a loser. And so I didn't found that mindset to be productive. Like, it's just like beating yourself for things that don't work out. And in the business, if you think about it, like Elon Musk, like, his company almost, like Tesla almost went bankrupt, right? The SpaceX almost went bankrupt, right? And so all of these other things, he's now like this Tesla sales declining, right? Like, and their stock drops, and like there's all of these things that are happening that are just part of being in the game. And so I think one of the biggest mindset shifts, like, I would recommend is just start being like starting being like pity to yourself, like kind of, oh, poor me, like, and it is what it is. Like, that's a reality of business. If it was easy, like, everyone would be a billionaire. And the amount of money that you'll make is directly correlated with the amount of stress that you can tolerate and still operate and not make emotional decisions. Like, so for example, you test like a new offer, new product, right? And it doesn't work. And most people in e-commerce like, oh, product died or product saturated. They're moving on to another one. They're moving on to another one. They're moving on to another one. And so they're always like in this cycle of just kind of like moving from one thing to another. And another way to look at it, okay, so why it didn't work out, right? Okay, it didn't work out because the metrics here on this side are not good enough, right? Okay, so I have to improve my ads, or I have to improve my funnel, right? Maybe I have to model something, my successful competitor, and just putting my ego aside, which is the second probably biggest one. Just putting your ego aside and learning from people who are like farther ahead of you in the journey. Even though, like, so for example, I might not like someone, right? And like, oh fuck, I don't want to learn from this guy, I don't like him. The guy might have like tremendous information, like tremendous, like, and if I would just cut myself, oh, I don't want to learn from him, or I don't like him, it's like, it's kind of, I'm cutting myself from learning. So number one, accept that mistakes will happen. Some things will go wrong. It's inevitable in business. Number two, just put your ego aside. And number three probably is just surround yourself by people that are like productive, people that are competitive, people that are just want better things in life. In many cases, mindset issues, they usually, because like they occur in the environment where this is tolerated. And so if the environment around you tolerates kind of like being pity to yourself, or just kind of making excuses, or like, then it's very hard to get out of that cycle. And sometimes those people are closest to us. Sometimes that's family, sometimes that's friends, sometimes that's like brother, sister, like. And so you just have to change your environment. For me, like, what helped probably some of the most like impactful decisions of my life were like moving out of Ukraine, like fucking out. Like, the environment wasn't productive for just like growing as a person, as a professional, as an entrepreneur. And so I'm out. Like, if this environment is not good for me, I'm out. Like, if my friends are not on the same page like than me, and they want to just drink every week and do drugs, like, I'm out. Like, and so some of those things and some of the hard conversations and some of the people in your life will probably have to be cut. Have to put yourself in the circle of the right people, with a growth mindset, that want to grow, want to do something better in life, want to do well financially, but also grow as a person, go to the gym, work out, like develop in every area of life. If you surround yourself by those people, like, you will find any solution that you need, because you'll be open-minded. So um, that is my that's my perspective on this. Let me know if that helps, my man. So I have one here. I'm from Kyrgyz Republic. Payment gateway is a big problem for me. How to get Stripe account? Get Stripe account if you're from Kyrgyz Republic. I mean, I'm from Ukraine, probably the same level of not very sophisticated in terms of the payment processors. I would establish US LLC, and for that US LLC, I would get payment processors. That's what I would do. You can also do company in United Kingdom, UK, and for that one, you can also get payment processors. So those are two countries where I would probably get all of that stuff done. And yeah, the beauty is that it all can be done remotely. I'm in here. All right. I do health and beauty niche, drop shipping, but Stripe is a lost case for us to scale. What is a solid alternative to accept carbs payments for drop shipping? Reach. You can connect with Reach. Reach is decent. They want you to do a certain like volume for you to work with them. I think like a few $100,000 a month at least. Checkout.com is pretty good. So those two are decent. Like NMI connected with like Maverick can also do pretty well. Approval rates are a bit low though. But Yeah, I mean, checkout.com probably is the one that I would recommend. Checkout.com, they need you to do volume though. They need you to do some volume, and they also don't want your chargebacks to be like extraordinarily high. If it's higher than 1%, then you might have issues getting payment processors. So see what you can do to kind of like lower chargeback ratios, sell some cheaper products to have more transactions on your statements. Make sure that it's under 1%, and then you can switch to, because they will ask you for statements. And so if they ask you for statements, you want to make sure that last 3 months of statements, first, like you're doing good volume, second, your dispute ratio is not that high. So it cannot be more than 1%. Stripe is even more sensitive, because like Stripe, like if you go out, if you go about like 0.5% for Stripe, it is like for Stripe, it is like kind of risky. They don't like risk at all. So 0.7, it's like 0.7 or higher. It's already like Stripe will probably ban you at some point, or put a hold on your account. So from that standpoint, yeah, I would look into checkout.com or Reach, and making sure before you reach out to them that you have lowered your chargeback ratios. For the last 3 months, you want a volume, you want a low dispute ratio, ideally 1% or lower, even better 0.7 or lower. Thank you, Dastan. And I'm in beauty niche. I mean, my man. So I'm in beauty niche, and I'm having crazy CPMs on Facebook, like 150, 200 in US. I don't steal anything from competitor, deal branded, and I don't copy stuff. They also have CPMs in that niche. Test another ad account. Test another ad account. That's what I'd recommend. Test another ad account. Test agency ad accounts. Test and our CPMs are like $60-$70 in a beauty niche, so that's like 2-3 times lower than what you get, and sometimes they're like 40-50. So it's definitely competitive niche, but 150-200, it means either something in your ads is very aggressive, right? Maybe you like show like a very like not good looking skin, like ugly skin, right? Or maybe you show like person with a belly, right? Like, so the user experience might not be the best. And so yeah, that's what I would recommend. I see here, I test another account, new domain, new pages, new everything. Oh, I'm going crazy. So I mean, please like just DM me on Instagram, Alex Fedotov 3F at the end, and I'll see how I can help you. There must be solution. I mean, people in our community are in beauty niche. We are in beauty niche. Like we have a lot of data points for that, and we're managing to operate profitably, scale profitably. So yeah, just please DM me on Instagram, DM me ESS, so I can see how I can help you. All right, let's get some questions here from the Instagram. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let me see here. Otherwise, nothing has changed now. So, okay. I have 20 plus winning creatives, which performed well over the last 2-3 months. That is phenomenal. Keep doing good job. And I would definitely continue testing. As Miroski from my team recommended, I would definitely continue testing new creatives, because you never know like when they will start dying out. The biggest thing, like if you're doing video ads, the biggest thing that you can test in the in your ads would be the hook, right? So we're testing usually once we have like a new video ad, we would have like 15-20 hooks for that. We also would test different like leads, which is the first like 20-30 seconds of the ad. And so that's what I would recommend. Yeah, if you need help, just kind of streamlining that process, putting together a good creative sourcing and testing system, just DM me ESS, and I'll see how I can help you. But it seems like you already have good momentum. Just now, it's just a question not losing that momentum and taking that momentum to the next level. What do you think about Ocean Payment? That's one of the few payment receivers in Colombia. I'm personally not familiar with Ocean Payment. If that is a good like payment processor that is working in Colombia, use it, abuse it, like do do the most out of it. All right, so let me see here. Yeah, guys, drop any questions. Specifically, the questions. Um, uh, the question that I can help you the most are like advertising related, funnel related. Maybe you're not as profitable as you want to be. Like those kind of things, I would love to help you with. And oh, we have a good one here. Are people buying less and less from websites, and is e-commerce too saturated? Well, I mean, e-commerce is a massive industry, right? Um, like growing year over year, as Miro said here, like more and more people buying things online, like more and more people buying, products on the internet. Now, in that process, obviously, because more and more people selling and more people buying, right? There's supply and demand, right? And so, which means that some people that are not making good ads, for instance, or not making good websites, those people are getting kind of more competitive environments, right? And those people are not able to advertise as profitably. And for that reason, but in my circle, like the people that are doing numbers, the people that are advertising, the people that are constantly innovative with their businesses, like constant new ads, new funnels, new landing pages, right? Like constantly innovating on that side. Whether it seems like you're from Europe, it's from it seems like you're from maybe Czech Republic. I mean, one of our best clients, like in ESS, Marek, like is doing like millions of dollars per month. He's from Czech Republic, and I mean, he doesn't know saturation. It's like you tell him about saturation, he's like, "What is that?" Like it doesn't exist, So it's like if Serbia, okay, good moment. So like it just like if you operate on a higher level, right? That's why. I mean, if you're getting into like e-commerce or whatever opportunity you're chasing, whatever opportunity you're getting into, fucking commit to it. Commit to becoming the best at it because whatever the environment is, economic environment, financial environment, like there's always like amount of people on top that are making money in any environment, right? In any environment, like, and you just want to get to the top. As simple as that, right? And so how do you get to the top? You're constantly innovating. You're testing more landing pages. You're testing more advertorials. You're testing more ads, right? You're innovative with your product. You're improving your product. You're seeing how to make it better. And so, like, if that's your objective, right, then you can if you're like really obsessed. I mean, I had this conversation with one of our clients in BBA, one of our programs. He went from $14,000 in debt to $40,000 making profit, completely new to e-commerce in a few months. But he was obsessed about it. Like he was just like learning and staying late and just like obsessing and just consuming as much information as he could to become good. And so that's what you need to do. And so if you think like saturated, what is not saturated? Name me one business that is not saturated. Agency saturated. There's so many agencies. Like, I mean, I get like 100 emails a day from agencies that are trying to sell me something. Is it saturated? I don't know. Probably, right? Like, so it's saturated. But then most of those people are lazy. They're just sending these like templated emails. If I wanted to get an agency client, and that's exactly what I did when I was starting as a freelancer, like my first kind of like exposure to the online world was I was a freelancer, and as a freelancer, like I was making personalized videos. That was 2014. I was making personalized videos. We didn't even have Loom. We didn't even have like Loom back then. And so I was making these like videos, very ugly quality. I still have some recordings, and I was making those personalized videos. Whereas everyone was just sending copy paste templates, I was making personalized videos, right? So I was innovating, right? Even I didn't know what the word innovation meant, at that point of time. But it's kind of like just to show you that it's like, was it saturated? Of course, there was like thousands and thousands and thousands of different freelancers that could have been hired instead of me, but people hired me. And that's how I got my experience. That's how I got my initial momentum. That's how I made some money to support my family. And that's what you can do is the same. Like you just have to commit to just, okay, what are the best players are doing right now? I want to learn. I want to fucking obsess. I want to just like buy their products, go through their whole, website experience, their whole funnel experience, buy every product, how they're structuring their pages, what they're saying, why they're saying that, and just commit to obsess. And that's what I found to be the differentiating point between those people that are, I just heard this story today. There was this company called Blockbuster. There's Netflix is, what everyone's using like to watch movies these days. And there was Blockbuster, and Blockbuster, when Netflix was just starting, they didn't have a lot of money. And so they came to Blockbuster, and they said, hey, buy our business for like $50 million or something like that, right? Something, I mean, that's, for them, it wasn't like a big deal. And Blockbuster says like, come on, like you'll go out of business. Who be fucking watching videos like on their computer? Like people will go and get like DVDs and stuff, right? And so they failed to innovate. And now Blockbuster is out of business, right? They were like renting these DVDs and stuff to people. It's out of business, and Netflix is like multi-billion-dollar company. And so the same here, like, was DVD renting saturated? Probably. Like I don't know, like was everything saturated? No, it's like, but it served the human needs, right? If it serves the human needs, and if e-commerce products you're selling serving the human needs, and you're communicating the value of those products in a compelling way, which you can do with VSLs, you can do with content from your creators, you can sell the product, you can demonstrate the product, you can use copywriting skills to do that. And if you're constantly innovating, then you'll get piece of the pie. And if you don't, like if you just expect that you just launch like a simple product page and you launch some, image ads, and those image ads will make you rich, probably it won't happen. Unfortunately, it's not 2016 anymore. Like it's I wish that happened. I would just milk it, but you have to just operate on a higher level. You have to, commit to becoming excellent at what you do, whatever that is. Doesn't have to be commerce. Like I don't give a shit. Like if you want to become the best agency owner, become the best agency owner. Learn from the best agency owners. Want to become the best bodybuilder, learn from the best bodybuilders. Like it's just that pursuit of excellency, which I think makes life exciting, right? There's always something to learn. There's always people that are doing better than you. There's always people that are doing worse than you. But if you're constantly looking for new ideas, and if you align yourself with also these growth-minded individuals, which is exactly what we do in ESS program, like we have these like entrepreneurs that are just hungry, hungry animals, like, and so then you will succeed. It's like you will find a way. The environment changes, world changes. There's like wars happening. There's like recession, not recession. All these things will happen all the time. If you go back in history, like where we didn't have like some kind of like turbulence, we always had some. And countries are broke. European Union is broke. Serbia is probably broke. Ukraine is broke. Like all of so there's only so much we can control on that side, but we can control our effort, and we can control our input, and we can control our pursuit to become the best at what we do. And so that's my mission. Like I love e-commerce. I love the game. that's why I'm doing this call to share this with you guys. So, all right, let me see some other good questions here. Miroski, you're right. No such thing as oversaturation. Key is to test unique angles for sure. How many new products are being created every single Julian Jacob, please, moment. So I see you posted some questions here. Please just DM me directly so that I can help you with specific nuggets. Maybe I'll share with you some perspective. We'll see how we can help you. So let me see here. Just drop any questions. Any questions, please, guys? If I have, all right, this is a good one. I have one more question regarding nurturing leads and warming people up. Is it better to use pre-landers and advertorials, or is it better to collect leads and send them to emails and nurture them? So, very good question. It depends on your model. With e-commerce specifically, this model where you're just driving to collect leads and then sending them emails and nurturing them is not as productive because first, I mean, emails have like 20-30% open rates, right? So just right there, you'll lose like 70% of people. More difficult to track. You probably won't be profitable right away, and even if you'll be profitable, like, you don't know how much time it will take. So I would definitely consider more the path of pre-landers, advertorials, tracking the sales directly, right? Like, you want to use direct response advertising. Direct response is like, hey, who wants an ice cream? It's $5. Like, you raise your hand, you give me $5, I give you ice cream. That's direct response. Like, hey, who wants? Yeah. So that is direct response advertising, and so that's what you want to use. With all of these funnels, I know it might sound like very exciting, but it's very hard to track. Like, how many people are buying? Why they're buying it? Like, are emails getting delivered? Are emails going to spam? Right? Like, so all of those things, there's a lot more factors. Whereas on the landing page, you see, okay, 100 people landed on this page on advertorial. 30 of those continue to the next step. 20 people landed on the order form. 10 of those people bought. Right? So now you see every step of the way. It's very trackable. You see exactly where the drop off is. So now you can adjust that page. Let's say the second page has a big drop off. Okay, why it has a big drop off? Like, let's fix it, right? And so the same way that you would adjust your ads based on data, the same way you would adjust your funnel based on data. And that is what I would, that's what I would recommend. So I certainly 100% would be more for just using advertorials and pre-landers. It's a great question, my man. All right. So what markets you think are best? Yeah, Miro answered here. I personally like US, UK, Australia, Canada. Now, if I was from Germany, if I was speaking German, I only know one word in German, and it's a bad word, so I won't say it. So, okay, I'll say it. Scheiße. I know it's a bad word. Scheiße. So that's all I know in German. But if I was from Germany and if I spoke German, I would probably sell products in Germany. Like, I think it's less competitive than the United States. I would just take offers from the United States. I would just modify them, translate them, because I would know the culture, I would know the mentality, I would know exactly how to sell products. Now in Germany, you would need PayPal. PayPal is a big portion of sales. And you need Klarna. You need some external like payment processors. So on that side, it's like, it's a little bit of setup involved. But I would definitely sell products in Europe. Europe is less competitive than the United States, right? So I've been selling in the US market for the last like 7 years, like pretty much since I started. Like, I dabbled in Europe, but it's like most of it like just was United States and those markets. So those markets are the best for me, but those markets might not be the best for you, because let's say you speak Spanish. Maybe you can sell to Spanish market. Maybe you can sell to Mexico. Maybe you can sell to like South America. Maybe there's certain other countries where the CPMs are a lot lower, the competition is a lot lower. And so you don't have to be as sophisticated marketer in order to sell those products successfully in those countries. And so I know even some people selling products in COD markets. Like you have Poland, you have Romania, you have Hungary, you have Greece. Like there's a bunch of markets in that are cash on delivery markets. Also, CPMs are a lot lower, like $3, $5 CPMs in Poland, from what I've last heard. And so we have a client doing very well in Finland. Like he's doing hundreds of thousands of dollars per month in Finland, and he's from Finland originally. Topi, shout out if you're watching this by any chance. And so, like, you have all of these markets. Obviously, United States, a higher levels of like sophistication, highest level of competition. I mean, if you can sell stuff in the United States, you can sell stuff anywhere. But you don't have to do it if you have certain like advantage in terms of the language, in terms of understanding the culture, the mentality. So in that case, I would just sell products where I'm the best kind of like suited for, and I would have the competitive advantage. Like business overall, it's like you're kind of like evaluating the playing field, right? Okay, so I'm good at this, I'm good at this, I'm good at this, I kind of suck at this. I also suck at this, and I suck at this. Oh, geez, I suck at so many things. But it's okay. You can just hire people and bring some other people on board that have those skills that you suck at. But overall, it's evaluating where you have the best chances of winning. Like if, let's say, two guys fight, like in mixed martial arts. I'm a big fan of like UFC. I love UFC. And so let's say one guy is a striker. He can hit, and another guy is a wrestler, right? He can like wrestle, and he can put them to the ground, and he can just like drain them of energy and beat them up. So obviously for that guy who's a wrestler, it would be stupid to stay on his both legs, right? He would try to take the guy down, right? And he would have to find a way to take him down. So the same in business, like you have to identify what you're good at, what you're not good at, right? And what specific advantages you have that you can apply to your favor. And so that's how I look at it. From that perspective, yeah, some European markets are phenomenal, like less competition. So if I was from there, like if I spoke the language, if I had those things, I would definitely sell in those markets first. All right, which app is best for advertorials? I mean, we use Funnelish. We also transitioning to another platform called Tio. So there's also Checkout Champ. Funnelish is good to get started. Funnelish, you can get to like 1 million a month. Like Funnelish is will get you everything you need for that initial momentum, no problem. It's a little bit buggy, right? It has some problems, certain things. So we have another question here. If web design is a skill I'm really good at, should I leverage making my very high quality custom websites for my stores, or just stick to using the Shopify Builder? Gideon, you know what? Just email me, please. Email me on message me on Instagram. We're always looking for some good designers. I want to see your work. But in general, I mean, Shopify builders like Raplo is pretty good. It allows you to pretty much copy any landing page that's currently performing in the market, adapt it to your product, adapt it to your needs, and that's something that you can do very well and very fast. Kind of like shortcuts that learning curve. The best landing pages though are custom built. They're faster to load. These landing page builders sometimes are pretty slow. So if you're selling those websites, then okay, web design, okay, for your stores. If that brings you enjoyment, you can build it. If you can train someone to do it, at least you can give people, like, you can bring someone in house, right? It seems like you're already doing some numbers. You can bring someone in house. You can give them feedback. You can make them like a very good landing page builder, right? But then you wouldn't have to do it yourself. So now you have the time leverage because you wouldn't have to spend time on actually building these pages. So that's what I would do. Ideally, you wouldn't do it. It's not super high values. It's only high value, very high value skill and very high value task when you're starting out. Let's say you're building your first like landing pages to drive traffic to make your first, like, I don't know, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, then definitely build it yourself, do it yourself, ship it as fast as you can. As your business starts generating profit, you want to kind of like move that away. I mean, you can still advise the person. Let's say you bring the web designer, you can advise them on conversion rate optimization, help them to optimize the pages, but you don't want to be like doing that hands-on if your business already does volume. If your business doesn't do volume, then definitely do it yourself. That's what I would do. Please let me know if that makes sense, Gideon. And what kind of ads do you think work better? Video ads that look more professional, more casual? More casual. I mean, at least for us, like more casual, like UGC type of content with like dynamic editing, B-roll inserted. The script is a foundation though. Like, I mean, you want to like put like majority of your effort to the script itself, because that will be like the foundation of everything. Like if you have like a very good editing, very good content, but the script itself sucks, unless you have, I don't know, Kim Kardashian, those ads, like this probably wouldn't convert. So I would just focus on script quality, shipping it fast, make it as native as possible, as casual as possible. And that's a format that's working the best for us. Pedro, great question, my man. Great question. All right. Do you support Ukraine? Like I'm not. It's not political conversation here, but I do support Ukraine. Um, what about advertorial content? You're ripping it, or advertorial content? You don't want to rip it. You can get DMCA, so create your own content. That's ideal case scenario. If you're just testing something very fast, up to you. So up to you. I would not. Yeah, ideally, you don't want to rip it. If you rip it, like one way or another, it can hit you. Like DMCA, like Funnelish, for instance, has DMCA. Shopify has DMCA, right? And so even if you're using like one image there, they can take down your whole website. So it could be like simply not worth it. If you're just quickly testing something to validate, you want to move fast, you don't have time to create content, then obviously you might consider like taking that risk. But not something that I would recommend. So up to you. You want to move fast with more risk. You want to move slower with less risk. You can make your call. All right. So Zamin here. If you're looking for a designer, can also help you, but don't have social media. Usually use mostly Pagefly, Funnelish. I don't know if you can be interested. I'm not a developer. Please ping me. I want to see some examples of your work, and we'll see what we can do. Thank you, Zamin. And let me cover some questions here. Okay, I'm actually just started out with e-commerce. My partner is a solid web developer. That's why I asked. If you have a partner that's like a web developer, then it's always like few moving parts. Senior ESL editor here. Cool. When you're starting a business, like e-commerce business only has few moving parts, right? So number one is the product, choosing the right products to sell. We go after validated products that already have momentum, so we don't have to guess if the product has demand or not. We know that the product has demand. That's number one. Number two is the ads, right? So what kind of ads we're using to drive traffic to the website. We're modeling the best players in that market, whether it's VSLs, advertorials. We kind of like modeling the whole structure. And the third is the website itself. I know a lot of people that just building their own first websites. If you have someone with that expertise that can help you out, I think that's perfect. And that's something you can start with. It's kind of, you always want to be thinking about like different areas of the business that kind of contribute to success. So web development is good thing, but just purely building website will not get the job done, right? Because you need the websites that and funnels that are optimized for conversion. So understanding the copywriting behind it, whether you have a Shopify store, you're using Funnelish, you're using like advertorials, you're running VSLs. Like copywriting is one of those most important skills when it comes to the actually describing your product, what problem it solves, how it solves that problem, how it's different from any other products in the market. And so from that standpoint, you will still have to contribute to your friend who is a video who is a designer, right? Because a lot of designers, they just focus on building beautiful websites, and those beautiful websites sometimes don't convert. And so now you have beautiful website that you can just stare at that doesn't convert. So you need to make sure that it actually converts. All right. So do you run VSLs, which is stock videos from Storyblocks and Envato? We have tested that. And it's not converting. You definitely want some UGC. You want to have some real people. You want to have a mix and match. You want to have mix and match, Tony. Great questions, by the way. Great questions, Tony. Please DM me on Instagram. Let's see how we can help you, specifically with VSLs. We have like a totally new VSL like training and calls in ESS program, like literally from our client who's doing $1 million a month in German and in Finnish market with VSLs, absolutely destroying it. So we're gonna see how we can help you, maybe send you some resources or any other things. And so yeah, mix and match for sure. Stock content and also your own custom content from the creators. If so, you're using better results from Google or Meta. Google or Meta for us. Meta. I mean, Google's converting well, but it's a lot less volume. So it's good to kind of like offset the profitability and stuff, but it's not like massive volume. We have not cracked like Google on a massive scale. Probably there's some people that just doing a lot of kind of like advertorials, and even like native is a great platform, right? That people are utilizing that. Our bread and butter is Facebook. So that is that. So do you use ChatGPT for writing ad scripts and creating headlines and hooks? If so, there's a way I could access them. Yeah, we have some SOPs on the utilizing ChatGPT and different prompts that you could use. I can share that with you. If you DM me on Instagram, just DM me on Instagram, advert. We'll send you some scripts. We'll send you some outlines, some tutorials on that. For sure, the prompts. And we have another question here. What can you say for someone who tested over 15 products in no competition country, Morocco, with cash and deliver local product with no results? Is it my testing strategy or testing creatives? It's a very good question. I don't know where you got those products from. Like it depends kind of like how you validate those products, that those products are selling. Could be the pricing point. But it's weird. Like, no, because people are not paying up front, right? Like with cash on delivery, they're just giving you their information. So if they don't want to give you their information, but they're still going to the website, maybe there's something about your pages. And so that's what I would look at. Maybe crafting a better offer, maybe giving them something for free or some discount, or selling the product for cheaper. That's what I would look at. But this is very weird. Like, yeah, usually people with cash on delivery, they don't put their credit card information, which means the level of commitment is lower, as let's say with someone who's actually paying for the product. Or it could be that the products, I think there's still like segment of people that are buying products, even if it's not like very wealthy country like Morocco. So there's still segment of population that would buy products, would pay for products. Let me see. I'm Googling Morocco e-commerce market. Let me see how big it is. Okay, so it's growing pretty slowly, like the Morocco market. Online sales we're almost 900 million. It's actually not bad. Like, I mean, there's still like a good like e-commerce market. And so yeah, that's what I would look. I would look into your product pages first of all, because if people coming to the website, they want to see the offer. And now they see the offer, they don't want to buy. Okay, so now it's probably the problem is probably there. Yeah. What is the difference between ESS and BBA? So Miro, thank you so much for breaking this down. So BBA is designed for beginners looking to achieve the initial goal of $1,000 a day. That's initial objective: get the experience, get the skills, get to $1,000 a day, get to profit. And then ESS is designed for people doing a minimum of 30K per month, looking to scale to 6-7 figures per month. Yeah, that's accurate. So in ESS, we are in ESS, we teach advertorials. We show you how to craft VSLs, creative sourcing systems, like literally that everything that you need to do and put in place to like double, triple, quadruple your business. I mean, we have so many like success stories of people just going through ESS and blowing up their business. And so we have these two clients. They're from one of them is from United States, another one from Malaysia. So they went from like 100K per month to like now they're doing like $3 million per month, doing some very decent numbers. And so Marek, when we worked with him first time, like he went from 70K per month to 1.1 million per month. Now he's doing like last time like 6 million per month. So ESS is definitely for more advanced entrepreneurs. If you want to join, I mean, the community is just insane. Great people. You'll develop relationships. You'll develop, friendships. Maybe you'll find the partners, and just DM ESS. We can break it down. As Mirovsky mentioned, it's custom, so it's like we have to learn more about your problems. We have to see whether we can actually help you. It's not like, hey, here it is, buy it. No, it's like we want to learn. We want to learn exactly, where the problem is, how we can help you, whether it's something we can help you with. If it's not something we can help you with, totally fine. But yeah, please DM me on Instagram if you want more details on that. And let me see if what do you make monthly with the right product? I mean, you can make millions of dollars per month with the right product if you're running it on a scale. But yeah, getting to 1K per day, a few $1,000s per day with one product is definitely very, very doable. So that's kind of the range is all over the place depending how hard you want to go in on that product. And so if you're starting out, like your objective is obviously to make the initial sales, make profit, and just see, how that process would go, and learn throughout the way. But if you already have momentum, you just want to hammer it, like you want to compete on the highest level, then one product can do millions of dollars per month. And that's pretty much like my favorite model. So bigger picture, right? Like, I'd say you got momentum. Like we do like Facebook, for example. You do Facebook, you do advertorials, you do like VSLs, you do that kind of thing. After that, you start introducing other platforms. You start introducing influencers. You start introducing, let's say TikTok, maybe TikTok organic. You start adding Amazon to your business, right? So now you start stacking all of these platforms, so your business becomes well-rounded, not just like Facebook ads arbitrage. And so that is something I would focus on, dialing in one platform first, and then start diversifying. Don't try to do like 10 different platforms at the same time. Don't try to do search engine optimization. Like, it's not like it's you want to focus on one platform. I believe Facebook is the best. TikTok would be my favorite, the best, and you want to have some Google as well. All right, so I'm about to relaunch Facebook ads from a beauty store after last running them in 2021. Any targeting tips? Should I start broad, interest-based, or lookalikes? Got around 3K customers list here. Well, if you have 3,000 customers from 2021, I can tell you those 3,000 customers are pretty useless at this point. I would not do lookalike audiences. Just go broad, go interest based. That's it. And yeah, if you've been kind of out of e-commerce for so much time, I would just look at what ads the your top competitors are running like today, and I will try to model those like to start with. And so that's something I would recommend, because many things have changed since 2021. The level of creatives, the level of advertorials, the level of overall like market like sophistication, different niches has changed a lot, and so you just want to kind of like get up to speed with that. But yeah, that list of 3,000 customers from 2021 is pretty useless in my experience. All right, so Shisa. Yeah, just please DM me on Instagram. I'll see how I can help you. We have, yeah, as we shared here, like these are different programs for different kind of people. If you're just starting out, that's Brand Builders Academy. If you have expertise in e-commerce and you want to move fast, then ESS could be the best fit for you. But for us to know for sure, we would have to chat with you and see exactly how we can help. Tony, my man. So do you have any suggestions lowering disputes? For example, having instant refund button or improving your customer service scripts? Do you have any other recommendations? Number one, identify why you're having disputes, kind of like properly diagnose why you're having that. I have seen like, the companies that are like, you want to find out because it could be shipping, right? And so, and like, let's say long shipping, right? And so then in that case, you would have to improve your shipping experience, or at least let customers know that the product will be shipped for longer. Maybe it's a product quality, right? Maybe it's because a lot of these customers that filing disputes, they're not even reaching out to support. They're just going and filing like a dispute. You definitely want to have a phone number like where customers can call and like, oh, I don't like this product, I want to return it. Okay, cool. Especially, Tony, if you're selling to older demographic, these people just gotten used to using their phone. They want someone to call to. And so that's what I would recommend. Just having the phone number, like people can call. The VA, the customer support person answers, helps people to facilitate the refund, gives them a partial refund, whatever the solution is, the best in your case. So they help them to facilitate that. So this would be the easiest kind of like wins. And besides that, just finding out the root cause, like why is that happening? Is that the shipping? Is that the product quality? Is that the customer support responsiveness? If it takes them like 3 days to answer the ticket, then it's, will be tricky. All right. Very good question. Here we have heard nowadays it's better to target broad, but we also see that interest targeting works. What is the best and when to use that? Test both, see which one works, double down on it, scale it. That's it. It's different accounts are just different. Ad accounts are different. And some ad accounts, like the same product, same landing pages, same everything, will perform better with broad, some will perform better with interest. So I would just look at the data and just do more of what works. Once you found those targeting options, you can start playing with cost caps, bid caps, all that stuff. So that is that's what I would recommend. Great question. All right, the Single Beauty store with $35 AOV still profitable in 2024 with Facebook ads. You definitely want to increase it. If it's 35, try to get it to 50. Obsess about conversion rate. With this AOV, you want to be at least 5% conversion rate, minimum. minimum. Like, and if it's not there, keep improving your website, model the best websites, learn about conversion rate optimization, get some feedback from people that are doing numbers. So that's what you can do. Can you be still profitable? You can still be profitable if your product's pretty unique, but beauty niche is competitive. So unless you have some kind of like retention to your product, let's say I'm buying this product today and I'll need it again in 1 month or 2 months, right? So people would come back and buy again. If you don't have that element, then it will be pretty tricky to keep to be profitable. Just like in terms of the cost to acquire a customer, beauty niche is one of the most competitive. So I would just have like a bigger picture, or just find a product that has at least $100 or so that you have more margin to acquire customers profitably. How can I get a good swipe file of VSLs? That's a good one. Here, good. Let me see. Maybe I'll share. I'll share something with you. Faisal, please DM me VSL on Instagram, so that I can send you my my resources and some sort of swipe files. Please, are you talking to someone on TikTok and you're saying that you want to help me with my business? Is it you? No, it's probably I don't know. Probably not me. I'm most active on Instagram. If you can DM me on Instagram, that's where I'm the most active. Okay. So you're recommending that at the beginning we should focus Facebook ads, TikTok ads, and Google ads, or should you only use one of them at the beginning? I would choose one, either Facebook or TikTok as a main traffic source, but then Google ads as a retargeting, because what will happen is that as you start driving traffic from Facebook, there will be percentage of your customers that don't buy from your website or from your funnel, but they go to Google and search for your brand name. So you at least want to have the Google Ads retargeting setup. And if you need Google Ads retargeting setup, I have the whole SOP on this. Please just DM me Google. DM me Google on Instagram, so that I can send you the document. You can set up the retargeting and make sure that you squeeze more of those customers. Because otherwise, if they go to Google and they don't see your product, they probably will see your competitor product and they'll buy it. So this way you're not losing. But on the front end, just focus on one platform. It's either Facebook or TikTok ads. That's more than enough for you to get solid traction at the beginning. So Alex, I found my first winner. Beautiful. I'm scaling on Facebook. I'm a little lost in terms of what should I do now. Would you have any suggestions? I would have suggestions. Number one, just like DM me on Instagram. DM me help or something like that, so that I can see how to help you with specific resources and stuff like that. Overall, I mean, once you have momentum, it's just there's again two things: more creatives, more advertorials, more funnels. More creatives, more advertorials, funnels, to maintain that momentum. Because what happens to most people is like they find winning products. Winning products. I love that definition. Winning product. They get the momentum with that winning product, and then the product kind of, that creative that they had or that ad kind of dies, and they say product dead, right? Product died, saturated, and it's not true. It's just your ads stop performing. You need more ads and you need more advertorials. So you just need to double down on the conversion rate optimization, making sure that you're converting that traffic as well as you can. And second, you're focusing on just producing more ads, different angles, different content creators, different scripts, to make sure that you're maintaining that momentum. That's for you, my man Ray. And yeah, please just DM me on Instagram, so that I can help you there. I have a dropship store selling travel and work gears, almost 2 years, still struggling to make it a good brand. I need a recommendation. Do I need to slap a logo on one of these bags? So I don't think you're focusing on the right thing here. Like, in terms of the brand. I mean, brand is something that it's not just like a logo, right? I think it's this one is a great example of. This is a great example of kind of like how people misunderstand brands. Like in my experience, like brand is something that, I mean, both the product, the experience, it's obviously the colors, everything. But if let's say you're selling travel and work gears, like, and your product is the same as everyone else, like you have to just think like, what is a bigger difference? Maybe there's like a personality behind it. Maybe you're the person kind of that educates people about travel and work gears, right? Like a lot of brands are being built on personal brands. Like, so if you think about like Logan Paul, right, or Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, I don't know, the big guy, right, the bald guy, no hair at all, and he launched the hair products, like no hair at all, and so it doesn't matter, right? But in those kind of niches where your product is basically the same as your other competitors, the difference between those products is you, like the personal brand, right? The person, the face, right? And so you can educate customers on, here is 3 tips on how to find the best travel or work gear, right? And that could be the accelerator for the business. Otherwise, you would need to create something super unique in that niche, because if you show me like different travel and work gears, like I don't know, like how do I know like what's good, what's not, unless you're using some unique materials, unless you have some unique features, unless you're differentiating on the product side. So if you think about Apple, right, their brand is differentiated by the product itself, right? So product kind of like has, you know, the processors and cameras and stuff like that. They're constantly innovating on that side. Then they also have the experience, right? So you come to the store, you can touch the products, and that's all like multiplied and enhanced by the marketing. They have their own like perception of the brand, which is like for creative people, for people that don't follow rules and stuff like that. They don't want to have these like boring looking, you know, products and stuff. So if your brand is selling competitive commoditized products, the difference that can be made there is you. Like you'd have to promote it personally, or find someone who can promote it. Like, you know, some person, you know, that educate customers about it, and that's how you drive awareness, and that's how you would differentiate yourself in the market. That's what I would do. Like, um, let me know if that makes sense. Oh, thank you so much. A great question, by the way. Great question, because it just kind of overall, like, I mean, if you think about it, like the personal brands, like how important that shit is. Like, it is important. It is important. Like, and so if there's a person behind the brand, like all of these successful brands, like they usually have at some point like someone who's the face of the brand. Like all of these celebrities, like all of the, obviously, you know, if you're not celebrity, I'm not I'm not celebrity. I'm a I'm a small celebrity. But let's say if you're not celebrity, you don't have like a big audience, then you can just talk about your product. If you want to put your face behind it, right? If you don't want to put your face behind it, you can find someone who will put their face behind it, and that's one of the ways to accelerate it. It's more organic, it's more long term, it's not as fast, but in competitive niches, competitive industries, that's probably like one of the few things that you can do. How do you differentiate? Okay, I can buy this. I can buy this product. I can buy this keyboard here for like $30, and I can buy it here for $30. Which one should I buy? Like, which one will give me like a 30 cents discount, right? So, and that's all right. Cool. Let's go, man. I only use Canva to put up a lot of creative designs and angles. Just haven't tried putting a face for the store to connect with the audience. Yeah, you want to connect with people. Like, you want to build that tribe of people that you know, into these like devices, work gear, you see travel gear, stuff like that. Reviewing different products and stuff like that, and it will build the trust. And the next time people thinking about those kind of products, they'll buy from you because now they establish that relationship with you. And once you have those, and let's say those are good content that could be repurposed with ads, now you can push it with ads, and now you can convert it into something more scalable. So, all right, great questions. I mean, fuck. Oh, I'm here. Let me just answer one from Maggie loves spicy. I'm starting yoga brand. What is a platform to start? I think TikTok is a platform to start. In terms of content creation, it's probably the best. You'll learn the most from TikTok that you can then transfer to other platforms. But TikTok is probably the best. It gives you a lot of organic reach. That's what I would recommend. TikTok, Instagram, those two. If you have more time to invest, then I would do YouTube, long form, talking about yoga. It will take time to kick in, but allow you to build something more long term. If you're looking at it from long term perspective, you're ready to do it for the next few years, I would definitely do YouTube. So, team, brand builders, thank you so much for joining this call. Again, if you're an experienced entrepreneur, you need help with growing your business, getting feedback, dialing in advertorials, VSLs, dialing in new product development. That's also another thing that we help our clients with. Let's say you have a product, maybe it's declining, maybe you have to improve it, introducing them to the best suppliers, to the best contacts in space, for new product development, so they can continuously grow their business. If you need help with that, ESS, please DM me on Instagram. I'll see how I can help you, and also building creative systems for your business so that it's constantly new content, new scripts. You will see all of these successful brands. Like if you try to reverse engineer any of these successful brands, you have like hundreds of ads, sometimes thousands of active ads. And that's how they're able to scale. That's how they're able to maintain the numbers that they're doing. And so we can help you to build it out in-house, basically. So that's what we help our clients with. Please DM me on Instagram. Even if it's not for ESS, any other resources, any other help, how we can help you, shoot me any questions if I haven't answered them for you here. And all right, Zamin. All right, let me answer your question here. Regarding differentiation, for example, I sell weight loss product there. We this thing that builds my master around weight loss product for menopause women could be a good idea. It could be a phenomenal idea. Yes, you segment the market, and then that's how you differentiate yourself from other people. That is a phenomenal idea. That will help you to refine your messaging. That will help you to refine who you attract. And menopause women is one of the fastest growing segments. That segment has higher buy capacity. Like they have a lot of disposable income. They had a good career. Now they have some savings. They have some money to spend. So phenomenal marketing, phenomenal segment of the market. All right, guys, I'll have to drop off. I wanted to do it 1 hour. We went almost like 1.5 hours here. And Ray, thank you so much, my man. Please, guys, if you need help with scaling your business, you're already doing some numbers, please DM me ESS. I just want to have awesome people in our community. That's my objective. Like, cause I learned so much from everyone. We have a tremendous community. Like you will learn so much. You will level up so much. And I'll learn something from you. Maybe we'll invest in your business. I don't know. The world is round, and the key is to be surrounded by good people. Like that's the key. If you're surrounded by good people, you're having a good time, then life is interesting, because we all die at the end. Like that's it, at the end, game over for everyone. But if we're having a good time in the process, working with good people, and that makes life exciting. So yeah, if I have 35K in the bank, it's enough to get into ESS. Yeah, yeah, the investment is not 30 G's. It's less than that. It's not cheap. It's not cheap, but it's not. I don't know what the team charges right now. DM me and I'll send you more details. Please DM me on Instagram. But again, it's only for people that are doing numbers. Like, we want to keep our community very focused, and for everyone to learn from each other, and that's our objective. I'll answer this one, Bob, from you, and that's it. Do you think it's possible to scale to 7 figures a year shipping from China, have my own inventory for my products, and work with CJ to fulfill orders? So one of our clients, actually also in ESS, by the way, so Santiago Roa, he's from Argentina. So he's doing like $2 million a month. Argentina, young entrepreneur, very smart, very sharp, and he's working with CJ Dropshipping. I think he's one of their top clients. So they can brand products, they can ship products, they can do all of that same kind of to make the experience for customers better. And so he's doing $2 million a month. So I guess that answers your question. You can do it, right? But obviously you want to improve your packaging, your branding. You want to do some of those basic things in order to make customer experience better. And so that's what I would recommend. But CJ can definitely do that for you. Drive some sales for them. Talk if they can brand your products, do better experience for customers, and that's what you can. You can definitely scale with that. And after that, after you have some capital, like, then you can bring your products to the 3PL. If you need good 3PLs, Bob, just DM me on Instagram. And that's definitely, like, you can still ship from China and do very well. You just need to do it in a good way, branded packaging, good quality products, and that should be good. All right, so let me. You guys have good questions here. I'll just answer this one, and that's it. And I literally have to go. I'm pretty new. Could you please advise in terms of resources? What would be the minimum time, money you have to invest in order to launch a small online shop? Brand build a brand. Okay, so depends what you want to do, and it depends on, like, if you want to do it fully organically, maybe you're like low on capital, you can do it for probably like a few $100s. Just sign up for Shopify, sign up for these drop shipping platforms, so you don't have to have the product in house. Or alternatively, you don't even have to do it if you want to become like a TikTok shop affiliate, right? And then you can promote other people's products, make money, get some experience, and then invest in your brand. Now, if you want to go the path where, like, you're starting a brand from day one, your own brand, then and you want to use paid advertising, then at least few $1,000s that you would have to allocate to it. At least few $1,000s. Yeah, that's usually if you want to do paid ads, because paid ads cost. Pedro, my man, I'm from Argentina too. How's this guy called Santiago Roa? Yeah, Santiago Roa. I don't know if he's very present on social media, but very, very good entrepreneur. He's from Cordoba. I think Cordoba, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, top entrepreneur, top G. Thanks a lot, Bob. Thank you, my man. Guys, your questions are phenomenal. You are phenomenal. Let's destroy the day. Make it matter. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you so much. And yeah, if you need any help, just reach out on Instagram. I'll see how I can help you. And besides that, you have a tremendous day. Crush it. And